Greetings to all the viewers. Now we are going to start the session with the Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement. Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement is the part of organic named reactions. Organic reactions which are relentlessly introduced, established by the eminent scientists, so that in order to mention their recognition, mention their remarks, so that named reaction, whichever reaction introduced or established by that scientist, the name is given to that scientist in order to make felicitation to them. That's the reason why so many named reactions came into picture. We are going to conduct a series of sessions based on these named reactions. All are available at the channel called World of Competitive Chemistry. Here, in order to get the concepts, in order to get the in-depth content, informatory and innovative sessions regarding the chemistry, engineering chemistry, applicable chemistry, whichever you want, all are available at the channel called World of Competitive Chemistry. Right? So here is the content which is retrieved from the textbook called Textbook of Organic Named Reactions, which is written by Dr. Kavita Kothireddy Kota. Right? Let me introduce Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement. Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement is a chemical transformation. The starting material might be alpha keto ester. It will be a ortho keto ester compound to be treated with the basic reagent, base catalytic conditions to be applied over there, so that whichever ketonic functionality is there, that is transformed into diketonic compound, where 1,3-diketonic compound will be generated. Wherever ester functionality is there, that will be transformed into hydroxy. This is the way conversion of keto ester into beta diketone is said to be Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement. In order to understand this reaction, a specimen reaction is provided over there. You can go with this ortho keto ester compound to be treated with base catalytic conditions, so that here ortho hydroxy 1,3-diketone formation as the final product is said to be Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement. Rearrangement reactions are very typical in nature. Neither functional group nor reagent to be added or deleted. Rather, within the molecule, some of the fragments will be shifted from one place to another place. It is the kind of shuffling reaction. It is the kind of adjustment within the reaction without addition and deletion from the outside to inside and vice versa. So this is the way rearrangement which is observed by Baker-Venkatraman. Alternatively, it is termed as Baker-Venkatraman transformation, right? Where the chemical rearrangement is processed by ortho-acylated phenols and they got converted into beta diketone compounds. These compounds, whichever rearrangement we are performing, is very pivotal for the manufacturing of flavonoids and chromones as well, right? These molecules are said to be biomolecules, are very essential in the daily life activities of living organisms, whose synthesis is accomplished, is taking part of this Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement. That's the reason why the reaction whichever we are discussing is most significant in the purview of applications, right? I am going to introduce the kind of typical example pertaining with Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement. I am taking this ester compound said to be 2-propionyl phenyl acetate as a starting precursor to be added with the alkaline condition, any base to be added over there. Base catalyst is able to facilitate the rearrangement within the molecule, so that entire methyl ketone fragment is shifted towards alpha position of this ketonic functionality, and methyl will become a side chain, and here is the carbon going to bind up with this methyl ketonic carbon atom, so that you can accomplish 1,3-diketone with the ortho-hydroxyl substitution. This is the way rearrangement reaction will be facilitated. Let me go for how can we synthesize chromens, starting with this product whatever we got. Diketonic compound. Diketonic ortho-hydroxy diketonic compound is a precursor for chromen synthesis. Just we discussed about this one. Baker-Venkatraman requires for flavonoid synthesis and chromen synthesis, right? Let me introduce chromen schematic synthetic procedure. In order to achieve this chromin as the final product, let me protonate this one of the ketonic functionality. Whenever protonation taking place, the bond pair electrons being pi electrons are loosely bounded are having most tendency to shift toward the oxygen with a positively charged one. That's the reason why carbon experiencing electrophilicity. Electrophilicity of the carbon atom will be satisfied by the lone pair electrons attained by accompanied by this oxygen atom, so that oxygen to carbon new bond establishment is possible, so that you can achieve a 6-membered ring system with oxygen at the position number 1, and even at the position number 4 there is a ketonic functionality. Establishment of chromin skeleton was carried. Whichever OH group is there, that you can achieve at the position number 2. After getting this one, let me protonate once again. Whenever protonation taking place, hydroxyl being oxygen is accompanied by the 2 lone pair of electrons susceptible to accept the H positive. So here protonation taking on the hydroxyl and oxonium will be originated. Oxonium is highly unfavorable, being oxygen more electronegative, so that can't bear this positive charge for longer time. Immediately it used to break the bond, and bonded electrons taken out by this oxygen atom water molecule will be discarded. Subsequently, adjacent position carbon atom will lose the H positive, and bonded electrons will participate in the pi bond formation, so that simply we are removing water in addition to H positive, being it is added initially, so that here the formation of a simple chromin molecule is possible. It is the kind of application purview regarding Baker-Weintraub rearrangement, right? Let me go for another kind of molecule, whichever taken here. The kind of naphthalene skeleton was taken. You can find methyl ketone over the position number 2, and the position number 1 you can find the kind of ester with the N, N dimethyl functionality. This edge you can notice the amide, this edge you can notice the ester. Dual nature is accomplished by this carbonylic carbon atom. Sodium hydride reagent, again it is the basic condition. Tetrahydrofuran solvent is added. Reaction to be reflexed at elevated temperature for the period of 2 hours, and 84% reaction accomplishment was carried, and you can finally get, being that ester with the adjacent are the position ketonic functionality, so that the entire this entire functionality is moving, and you can achieve this 1,3-diketone with the hydroxyl at the position number 1. This is the way you can accomplish this Baker-Weintraub rearrangement. It is the kind of application. Let me go for multiple reactions which are taking part of Baker-Weintraub rearrangement. I am taking this ketonic functionality at the position number 1 and ester functionality at the position number 2 with a long side chain. We are not focusing on the length of the side chain, rather how the fragmentation of ester functionality taking place. This is a driving force. The ester functionality cleaving and that rearrangement towards this alpha position with respect to the ketonic functionality, and subsequent ring closure reaction giving rise to a kind of chromin ring. This entire process is accomplished by Baker-Weintraub rearrangement. Later on, it is supposed to be treated with the subsequent chemical transformation, chemical reagents, and giving rise to a kind of chromin molecule. So this is the way a chromin molecule synthesis via Baker-Weintraub rearrangement is possible. Let me go for this salicylaldehyde. This is called salicylaldehyde with the hydroxyl and methyl substituents over there, and I am taking acid chloride. Acid chloride is another reagent added under potassium carbonate base catalyst and acetone solvent media. Reaction conditions are reflex temperature near to their boiling point, just above than their boiling points. 12 hours reflex is sufficient for this completion of reaction, and the yield is up to 99% is possible via this kind of chemical conditions. Whenever these two are supposed to be treated like this, there is a formation of chromin molecule. The entire process is taken through the Baker-Weintraub rearrangement. Again I am taking, if you observe, here is the ester, here is the ketone. Obviously there is a possibility for Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement, and base catalyst conditions applied potassium carbonate is the suitable catalyst for this transformation, so that you can cleave the bond in between the oxygen and carbonylic carbon, and the entire ketonic moiety is shifted to the alpha position with respect to ketone, 1,3-diketone and orthohydroxyl generated, which is obviously a kind of Baker-Venkatraman rearranged product. This is the way you can go for multiple applications for this reaction. Let me go for the acylation. So here, hydroxyacetophenone to be taken as one of the starting material. Benzoyl chloride is the reagent applied upon, so that hydroxyphenylacetophenone as the final product you can obtain. This is the way rearrangement is accomplished, and finally you can achieve this product. In order to achieve that mechanism, first of all, base is used to take, base having the tendency to bind with the proton, right? Hydrogen abstracting tendency is there for the base. Whenever hydroxyl abstracting tendency is there, with respect to ketone, alpha position is more acidic, because ketone having stronger tendency to pull the electrons towards that, so that here loosely bonded hydrogen will be slowly departed toward the base. So base will take out this proton, here the generation of carbene ion. Carbene ion immediately got stabilized by the enolation, so you can achieve the enolate form of that one. This is the reason why immediate acidic proton will be liberated toward the base and enolization taking place. Whichever carbene ion generated taking part the reaction with this carbonylic carbonatum, whenever this bond formation taking, here the subsequent back polarization of the negatively charged electrons over the oxygen toward the pi bond formation and restoring the ketonic functionality. Whenever this is the condition applied, you can achieve the kind of cyclic lactone, and whichever pi bond polarized towards oxygen, there is a formation of O- intermediate, oxide intermediate will be formed. This is the one where there is a highly steric strain over the two oxygens adjacent with the negative charge over there, that used to go for the another possible alternate ring opening reaction, so that negative charge is moving backward and the bonded electrons are shifting toward the oxygen atom, so that ring opening in between simply entire this ketonic functionality shifted towards this carbon atom via chromin intermediate formed in between, that slowly cleaved the bond between the oxygen to carbon, and shifting of alkyl toward the another carbonylic carbon is taking place, so that beta diketone at the position number 2, and whichever oxide is there further protonated, giving rise to hydroxy diketone. So this is the entire mechanism susceptible for the Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement. Formation of phenoxide ions are taking place whenever this phenol was taken under basic conditions. Phenoxide with the protonated base formation is condition in this. Whenever phenoxide generated, that used to treated with the ester added with this one, so that you will get a kind of intermediate alkoxide intermediate will be originated. Alkoxide intermediate is supposed to go for that beta diketone as the final product over there. Overall reaction is manifested over there. Phenol is supposed to be treated with acid chloride. There is a ester formation in the basic condition that converted into beta diketone as a final product. This is another kind of application purview regarding Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement. Then practical consideration, what conditions favors for this Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement, so that this segment is most crucial. Choice of base. Base must be a kind of stronger one, that is a suitable base might be sodium hydroxide, potassium carbonate, commonly used bases for Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement reaction. Solvent suitable for this reaction, dimethyl formamide DMF is more suitable, and dimethyl sulfoxide can be taken. Dimethyl sulfoxide or else dimethyl formamide are suitable kind of solvents, like aprotic solvents are suitable for this Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement. Temperatures will be being the reactions are facilitated at reflex conditions, that way elevated temperatures are most optimum to accomplish the reaction. Being rearrangement is accompanied by the breaking and making of bonds so that elevated temperatures are mandatory to accomplish the reaction. These are the purview regarding the practical considerations in order to accomplish the reaction within the laboratory. And let me go for the applications of Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement. Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement is most important kind of transformation in the biosynthetic purview. Let me go for the synthesis of chromin, starting with this product orthohydroxy diketone. That is protonated first, later on cyclization taking place, further protonation of this hydroxyl so that the oxonium cation immediately departed and giving rise to chromin as the final product. This is the synthetic application of this Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement. Whenever active methylene carbon atom is present, I am taking a kind of this ester and acid chloride. Two derivatives of the carboxylic acids are taken in the single benzene ring. One is the ester, another is the acid chloride. So this compound is subjected to potassium carbonate strong base required for Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement reaction. Obviously, it will go for this entire ketone, this alkyl ketone fragment will be shifted toward this ketonic functionality. And this chloro will become a side chain and there will be a diketone, whichever oxide generated further subsequently that will go for the ring closure rather than a kind of protonation. So that ring closure reaction giving rise to a kind of benzofuran, saturated benzofuran will be achieved. This is also the kind of Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement only. And flavone synthesis is also possible, starting with this kind of naphthalene derivative. I am taking a naphthalene with a methyl ketone at the position number 2. At the position 1 you can find the ester functionality. Suitable base like potassium carbonate to be added over. Whenever potassium carbonate added, what it will do? This benzophenone part will be shifted toward this side and here the diketone formation, and whichever hydroxyl is there, that will participate in the ring closure reaction with this one, so that here the 6-membered ring origination, 6-membered ring whichever originated is the kind of chromin. And whatever 6-membered ring you achieved, having already one of the phenyl, that means one of the benzene ring is allocated over there, that is taken part over the position number 2. This benzene ring is the entire part is said to be what? Flavone. It is the essential biomolecule, so that also synthesized by Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement only. And let me introduce the kind of aminoflavonoids via Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement process. In order to accomplish chromin molecules or else flavone molecules, let me start with this kind of starting material which is said to be acetophenone. So acetophenone upon you can find nitro, hydroxy functionalities. Nitro dihydroxy acetophenone is a starting material to be treated with benzoyl chloride, and lithium hydrogen MDS will be added as a reducing agent. Cryogenic conditions like -78 degrees centigrade to be applied upon, or else benzoyl chloride to be added with potassium carbonate, acetone, and heating conditions required. These are optimum for Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement. Anyway, you can proceed and finally you can achieve the kind of molecule where you can find nitro functionality and hydroxyl, whichever present in the starting material remains as is. This hydroxyl taking part of the ring cyclization with this one, and here is the kind of ring cyclization, whichever phenyl group is there, that remains as a side chain at the position number 2. And another benzoyl chloride molecule is also taken part of this one, that is taken at the position number 3. So that here the molecule whichever generated is the kind of polyannular system. Benzofused pyran ring system is there. This is the kind of chromin. And here strong base like potassium hydroxide to be added in the ethanol solvent. It is the green methodology purview. During this reaction you can achieve ring opening and subsequent diketone, orthohydroxy diketone. Simply it is the Baker-Venkatraman rearranged product, what we expect in all the reactions. After getting this product, let me treat with acetic acid and sulfuric acid. So here the protonation taking place and subsequent ring closure, and finally again the formation of chromin ring. Again the formation of chromin ring with the methyl functionality. Again it is said to be flavine. But wherever nitro group is there, in the presence of sulfuric acid, this is also participate in the reduction, so that here nitro is transformed into NH2. The entire process is used Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement, and the final product will be biomolecule called amine of 11. This is also the application point for Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement. Synthesis of flavonoids are possible. You may synthesize 2H-chromin, you may synthesize 4H-chromin. These are isomers only. Only the double bond position will be changed, and this is said to be coumarin. Everybody aware about 2H-chromin 2-1 is called coumarin. Coumarin isomer, whenever this ketonic functionality moving towards position number 4, that is called a chromin. Coumarin and chromin both are positional isomers. These two are also positional isomers. With respect to double bond, 2H-chromin, 4H-chromin differs. With respect to ketonic functionality, coumarin and chromin differs. This is the way all these compounds are manufactured, starting from Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement. Even pharmaceutical compounds like curatives for various diseases can be synthesized within the laboratory on the industrial scale, also accomplished by Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement. The transformation is valuable tool for the complex molecule architectures in the organic synthesis. So many complex molecules established via Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement. This is the way multiple applications we observed for Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement. In conclusion, Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement is a significant reaction in the organic chemistry, enabling conversion of oversilated phenols into beta-diketone. This is the important transformation key step in the Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement. This transformation is especially important in the synthesis of biologically active compounds. Flavonoids can be manufactured, chromins can be manufactured. Even in the synthetic and medicinal chemistry, they play a vital role. That's the reason why Baker-Venkatraman reaction is most important for various kind of applications. By this, we are supposed to conclude the session related with Baker-Venkatraman rearrangement. In the next session, we are going to discuss regarding Ball-Steeman synthesis, right? So, hopefully the session is very informative. You enjoyed the session, and if you want to observe such kind of information regularly, you can subscribe World of Competitive Chemistry, and you can watch all the series of sessions whichever available at the channel. Definitely you will gain the sound knowledge in the field of chemistry that may be helpful for academia, research and competitive exam perspective as well. Thank you very much for your patient listening.